Today on What Went Wrong, Brett loses his shit.
Hello and welcome to What Went Wrong, the show that discusses filmmaking with independent filmmakers who made all the mistakes so you don't have to. I'm Kelly Coughlin with the bitter filmmakers Brett Mauser and Bradley Bates. Tonight we're talking about divas and egos. What do you think about that, guys?
Don't do it.
To avoid it, don't do it. Damn it!
Take two.
Don't do it.
Cut.
Egos and divas. We've had our share. Yeah, let me give you a prime example.
Alright.
We are on a set out in the middle of
Oh, you're getting to tell this one.
Aw.
Go ahead.
We're on a set out in the middle of nowhere in a warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing for miles. There's a gas station that I think is maybe 15 miles down the street.
Mm-hmm.
And a restaurant that's, of course, closed because it's late.
Mm-hmm.
So it was around midnight, I believe, right?
One or two in the
midnight
morning.
on like a Saturday or something like that. And one of the actresses was getting a headache, and she demanded that I get her green tea and Kit Kats, or she will not be able to act.
Warm green tea.
Warm green tea, because they make it cold, I guess. I don't know. Scalding hot.
And
Anyway, she wouldn't be able to act unless she got her demands met.
I've never seen anybody in real life do this until that day.
Do the swim.
I have a headache. She actually did this.
Yeah.
And I
And I
wow.
was thinking, like, where the am I going to get green tea at midnight on a Saturday in the middle of nowhere?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay,
In a
I'll
warehouse.
see what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm down there at this gas station going, y'all got green tea? Warm? I know you got Kit Kats. I got that covered. Where's the green tea?
She wouldn't take,
And this
beer.
is
as a
before they started doing the green tea in a bottle thing.
Yeah, mhm.
Because I could have stuck that in a microwave. But I was like, I don't know.
I remember you walked
I
in.
called back. No, they were out of Kit Kats too.
Oh,
Were they?
yeah.
And I think I had to call into y'all and say, like, oh, they don't have Kit Kats. There's no green tea for miles.
I was like, I remember you.
They're warm.
I do remember you said you walked in and you said, "Do you have any warm green tea?" And she looked at you and said, "Do I look Asian to you?"
See, that's what my comment should have been to this lady, but we had to get the scene done, so we can't piss the actress off or she'll leave. Because we weren't paying them. This is all deferred. So.
And this was the same actress that we were on set. This was during the day, and we went to go get some chicken, get some fried chicken, and she came over and said, "Now I can't have this dark meat." Because that was what we do. We
She
get
wanted specific
20
meats.
pieces of dark meat.
She wanted specific meats.
I have to have a breast.
And specific, like, biscuits.
Needed
and-
2 biscuits.
I ate the biscuits. And I didn't know they were for her.
It was Julio.
I think I had one of them.
You probably had one of them. But Julio did too, because she saw him with the biscuit.
She freaked out.
She said,
Last
I'm sitting there.
biscuit.
I think we're sitting over there going over something, and I hear, "Who ate my biscuits?" And I'm like, what?
You're wiping the crumbs off your face.
It was him!
And I
Saw him!
I'm kind of like, what? And I hear, "You turd! You ate my biscuit!" And I'm thinking, oh, you turd. Okay, she's kidding around. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I look up and she charges over and gets in her actor's face. "Oh, this biscuit was mine, blah, blah." And I remember looking at you like, what the do we do?
Get her some biscuits.
What do we do?
I'll go a biscuit! Hold on! Right next to the green tea!
So there are lines.
I think I'd said, do you want me to go get me some biscuits?
And I think at that point,
And
I
you said, nah.
With the green tea at midnight.
And it works its way in their movies. In Serial Rabbit 3, we had Jade is there. He's talking about, I need a green tea and Kit Kat or something like that.
So we started putting it in the lines in the movies.
I'm not going on without my green tea and a Kit Kat.
Green tea?
Warm green tea.
warm green tea. But we're in Texas.
Then you better get on it.
Okay, I'm on it. Whatever you want.
If you're an actor, it's nice to be spoiled. It makes you feel appreciated, but don't take your director's hospitality for granted. If a director takes you to a restaurant after a shoot to show his appreciation, don't order the most expensive thing on the menu, like prime rib. And if you do, don't then take 2 bites out of it and then ask the waiter for a doggy bag. At that point, you're just being a selfish douche. I'm April Cook, and this has been your What Went Wrong Quick Tip.
You know what? I want to address this because it comes into ego. And that being this idea of, hey, they're doing us a favor. Yeah, you're doing us a favor, but we're doing you a favor as well too.
Yeah.
You know, and you start getting and the agents and the SAGs, they're the ones that are going to jump down my throat the most for this, because they want everybody to get paid, but they don't understand like going SAG.
Mm-hmm.
Like going SAG, I would love to go SAG if it means that when you look at that daily, an actor is going to look at the SAG rate and go, hey, $1,000 a day for this, or $300 a day. Why can't they pay me $300 a day? I should be SAG, or even the scale minimum is like $100 a day.
Once you go SAG, you won't be able to get the jobs like from us that can't pay you that.
Well, I'm talking about us. You know, an actor's going to go, hey, why don't you? I mean, you're paying me $100 a day already. Mm-hmm. Why don't you go SAG? That way I can get my SAG. No, because they don't understand. First of all,
required minimums.
The ultra low. This is the ultra low budget, which allows you to do $100 a day. Yeah. First of all, that's for theatrical release only, which means you can get into film festivals, and then that's it.
Yeah.
You can't put it online. You can't sell it. You can't do anything. That's your ultra low budget, which everyone's always talking about. Oh, well, SAG's working with the independent filmmaker now. No, they're not. They're still keeping us out because they're gonna it's great publicity. Hey, we've got $100 minimum, but then they neglect to tell you that you have to put up like a $20,000 deposit. You got to put up all these deposits. You got to pay for their health insurance. You got to make this payment. You have to be bonded, and I mean we've been insured lately. We get insurance now, but you also got to be bonded. So now you're talking about this amount of money, that amount of money, and that $100 a day to the actor is now $30,000-$40,000 before we ever start shooting. And then they look at us and go, well, why aren't you SAG? Like we're scum. Like we're we're
just bad. You just priced it out of anybody in our league's range.
Yeah, but because they see, oh, that $100 a day, why aren't you doing that? But they don't take that into perspective. That they don't take that into consideration. That's coming out of our pocket, not just that salary, but all these other things and the minimums and the requirements and just the paperwork alone. You know, and if I wanna do the ultra low budget and then later go, I'm gonna put this online, and you negotiate and you work out more money, then every year that is online, I still have to write another check.
Yeah.
I got to write a check to this person for that. I got to write a check, and I don't want to sit there writing $25 checks for 100 people so that I can put it on YouTube. And that so when agents and then start talking to me about, oh, this deferment sucks, blah blah blah. Well, if it weren't for deferment, we wouldn't have been able to make those movies for so many years, which gave actors reels, which allowed them to get into other people's films. And let me tell you something about egos in actors. You get all these people who are saying, oh, I deserve more than this, I deserve more than that. You know, oh, your film's never been. We've been doing this. Brad and I have been doing this as Ponders for 2004. Ponders been around since '97, and we made 36 feature films. How many of those actors, which we've done nearly at least 1,000 actors, have made it and been so fucking talented that they made people come back and watch our movies because they were in it? How many of them have made it? And they're the ones who are saying that they're doing us a favor.
Because they're that good.
You know,
they're that good that they demand that much attention from their fans.
And this is why we call ourselves the bitter filmmakers.
Well, here's another thing. If you're going to act that way, at least be professional enough to show up on time, show up every time. And if you're not going to make it, call!
Or text now.
I know you're on your phone. You're texting between every take. I mean, if that's how you act, if in the real world with a job, you're not going to get another acting gig if you keep doing that.
Yeah, and
you're not going to get good referrals either because they will ask you about an actor.
Yeah, and I'll tell you that this concept of pay the actors, and you'll get a higher standard, a higher quality. And I thought that Benders was supposed to be my, because films like Bass Reeves, when we sold, we deferred out, we were able to pay everybody. Mm-hmm. Then it was like, okay, you know what, Benders, I'm gonna pay them up front, and I'm gonna get the devotion. I'm gonna get this. Every time they walked off set, here you go. Here's a check. Mm-hmm. No. Got the same. People would show up on set.
It's still a part-time hobby at that point.
People would show up on set and say, "Hey, Brett, here they're in Corpus Christi." I think it was the last day that you worked on Benders with us. Shows up on set. "Oh, Brett, I've got to be in Austin at 8. So I've got you for 2 hours because there's an hour and a half there, and he's got to be in another person's film who's not paying him."
Yeah.
So I had to deal with that. And what does that do? Because we walked in, because we were going to shoot at this arcade, and we're shooting, and it's loud. The audio is not going to work. And we had already talked about, well, okay, we'll get the exteriors of them walking in, and they'll go into a back room. Then we'll run over to his place with his garage, and we'll be able to shoot that like it's a back room.
They didn't have time.
And it's like,
because
it's going to take an hour.
Another person's set that's not paying him.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, you stay with the guy who's paying you.
That's my philosophy on things.
Yeah. Getting paid.
For me, I don't care if you're not getting paid, if you're getting paid, whatever. Don't walk up to the actor and say, "Hey, I got to be gone in an hour." Yeah. Because now I'm rushing. Mm-hmm. Now I'm sitting around going like that. And advice for
don't
filmmakers,
overcommit to something. If you've already got something that you have to be there for a certain period of time, though, that's off the table.
Yeah. Advice for filmmakers, in hindsight, 35 feature films experience, fire them. Yeah. Fire them and do it all over again, because I'll tell you, because
your
that
product
happens,
is not going to be good enough.
And that's what it is. That's when you start compromising. That's when you start making the mistakes. That's when you start going. That's why I don't give a fuck about the lighting, because I got to deal with the actor for another 15 minutes if I got to deal with the lights for 15
minutes. Or the sound or whatever, because you don't have time to check the sound because the sound guy's banging it into or hasn't done the little knobby on there to make sure it's not peaking. Yeah. And then you got to listen to the audio and it's like...
And how hard
peeking out.
How hard is it for you to realize that if this is your mic, that this is a mic, and I say it's directional.
This in front of the actor's face.
Yeah. I say point it at his face.
Oh yeah, they're pointed all over the place, but over here.
Yeah. Point at the mouth. I say it's directional.
How many times have I said that to that dip who was the big dip who was married to the troll?
Oh, good God.
He just pointed all over the place, but at their mouth.
Mm-hmm. You would be pointing down, up. I've seen it pointing up, and I'm like, what? Are you not even looking? I mean, no, but yeah, I mean, but yeah, and you just, I'm done.
Feels good to let it out, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel better?
Am I Oprah? Do I need to have tissues now? I can be Oprah.
Oh no! It's reached that point where it's so
now
funny.
We can do this for fun.
Yeah.
And know that it's not going anywhere.
Yeah. And not give a It's like, you know what? We're gonna piss this person off. You. You us over. Then I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about pointing the fucking mic. Point it over here. It's a blue thing over there.
Shiny.
So damn it, Brooks. Call it here.
You all. You and your dirty mouths.
I feel like he's gonna pull a bottle out from somewhere.
Producers who won't read the script. Producers won't read. Now, you were good at that. Good at that. You'd read the script. But I had producers, and I say, "Hey, did you get this? I didn't know we needed this. It's in the script. I didn't read the script. Why not? I wanted to be surprised."
You gotta know what locations you need. Or props.
I wanted to be surprised.
Can you believe that in that whole
How do you plan for a movie if you haven't read it? Surprise, motherfucker! We don't have a location!
Thank you for joining us tonight with the Bitter Filmmakers. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe.
We don't care anymore.